there, fellow A-plussers. We got some breaking news here today. Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, made his AEW debut tonight at WrestleDream. He came out at the main event, which was Darby Allin versus Christian Cage for that TNT title. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. And at the end of the match, we had Luchasaurus, Christian Cage, and Nick Wayne, who had turned on Darby Allin, beat down Darby Allin. Sting came out and Luchasaurus came out, and it was pretty much, they were doing a concerto on Sting. And you know who came out? Adam Copeland. Now, there was much speculation surrounding Adam's future. There was numerous reports that he was going to go to AEW. Edge himself had debunked these reports earlier in September, saying that he had a contract extension sitting in his mailbox. But lo and behold, he made his debut tonight at WrestleDream, aligned himself with Sting and Darby Allin. And during the media scrum, it's reported that he will have a match with Luchasaurus. So, Josh, what are your thoughts on Adam Copeland making his AEW debut tonight?
We'll just say it. On this day, we see clearly that Edge was lying to all of us. And who knows, maybe he's lying to Darby Allin and Sting. Again, it's Edge and Christian E&C. And granted, again, it's been a while since we've seen them together, at least in the company together at the same time. Probably, 2010, I guess, when he retired and he was in the corner of Christian becoming the world champion. But after that, you never really saw them interact together unless you had like the network show or something. So I don't know. Again, I can kind of buy Edge, or should I say Adam Copeland now, another new Adam of the Adam Club, as you mentioned earlier in our chat. Too many Adams, I guess. But no, I'm excited. It is a seismic shift, and we haven't seen this really. Unless I'm wrong, I think the last time we've seen somebody from WWE wrestle from, let's say, recently to now. Think of Lex Luger from the Monday Night Wars, all of a sudden wrestling on a Sunday, showing up on a Monday Night show. Now, of course, I'm sure WWE knew this was coming anyways. But the fact that we have so little time, it was, 2 or 3 weeks ago that Edge was facing Sheamus on SmackDown? So pretty much,
No.
Was it a month ago? I don't know. Again, I can't remember how long ago it was. It was pretty recently, wasn't it?
It was this past month, September. It was like early September.
Right. So, again, basically Edge checked off who he wanted to wrestle and goes here. So, not a surprise, but again, I'll be curious to see what the storyline is because, one of our other colleagues always said heel Edge is the best, and I kind of agree.
Yeah, heel Edge is definitely the best. So, literally his contract expired on Saturday, and he flew. Yeah, on Saturday, and he was here on tonight's show. So, I'm very curious to see where this is gonna go. But where I think it's gonna go, I think we're gonna have babyface Edge.
Yep.
I think we're gonna probably have a feud with Christian, and then somehow, some way, we're gonna reunite Edge and Christian. Because think of all the awesome tag team matches you're gonna get: E&C versus FTR, E&C versus the Hardy Boys one last time, E&C versus the Young Bucks, E&C versus Aussie Open, E&C versus almost every tag team in AEW. Give me E&C versus the Lucha Brothers. That I would want that match.
We're going to see the Acclaimed. Of course, they're all going to scissor at the end because, why not, right? 5-second pose, scissor, right? That's how it works. But
yeah,
no, it definitely is exciting. It definitely, from Jade Cargill, I think somebody said something about WWE traded Jade Cargill for Adam Copeland. And, really, it's a good thing for him because I think in WWE, I think he's done as much as he can. And, once he didn't win the world title, I felt like after the whole stacking incident with Roman, both he and Brian kind of were like, you know what, let's get out of here. And that's what it kind of seemed like to me. Because tell me another feud Edge had really after that. He had the Judgment Day feud and lost that completely. Really, granted, again, he did beat Finn this year at Hell in a Cell, but I don't know. It wasn't the finality that I expected.
I feel like Edge did everything he could in WWE. I don't think there was anything left for him to do except for have more singles matches. But I think he probably wanted one final run with Christian.
Oh, and the fact that Christian is having his third, well, I should say his second resurgence in popularity. And just, look, he went from WWE, was a character there, goes to TNA, becomes a character there, goes back to WWE, does as much as he can, I guess. And then now is having a resurgence again in AEW. The man's ageless. The man's timeless. So for having Edge show up, of course, that was probably a no-brainer. And I'm sure Tony Khan was just waiting in the wings to have E&C there. And now the Hardys, who knows? Given enough time, Impact just recently had Devon Dudley and Bully Ray back. Now, again, I don't know if Devon's still working for WWE. I'm not sure if he is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they would try again to have another, triple threat tag team match because why not?
Another triple threat TLC match.
It'd be scary for those guys, but again, I mean, look, we see Sting dive off ladders onto tables, so I mean, anything's possible at this point now.
That is true. But you know what? I'm really excited for this. I honestly was one of the people that was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to AEW. I know that some people thought he was staying in WWE, and no lie, there kind of was a little tiny part of me that's like, okay, maybe he might stay. But I
Right.
was just like, you know what? No, I think he's gonna go to AEW, and yeah, and lo and behold, here he was. He showed up tonight
He needs a
at
challenge.
WrestleDream.
He needs a challenge. He needs something new and something different. And I mean, again, that's like Edge. You never saw Edge go to TNA. Again, granted, that was probably the height of his career at that point. But really, I hate to say it, but I think had Christian not had the success as he's having as a character, I don't necessarily think that Edge would have not come. But I think because the storyline is so perfect that Christian basically is killing it with this whole. I'm just going to call him Papa C at this point because that's basically how they're booking him on there. Is he's a father-like figure, Papa C. Uh, I think it was a perfect way to bring him in. And of course, having Sting and Darby Allin. So there's three kind of the characters. Now, I'll be curious because I'd read online somewhere that we may or may not have Gangrel show up because he's available, which I mean, be kind of weird, but I wouldn't mind a mini kind of Brood reunion or something, or using him as kind of like a go between Edge and Christian. Be kind of interesting.
That would be interesting. And I don't know if you can use the name The Brood,
Right.
but I
Who
definitely
knows?
would
They
be.
might have abandoned it by now because that's been. I mean, what they said the name the Brood version of Edge, but really it wasn't really a Brood version. It was a weird sort of like he just wore dark red essentially to me.
Yeah, they did call him the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland, so it seems like he's gonna go by Adam Copeland instead of Edge.
Which I'm okay with that. I mean, again, we have Christian Cage. I mean, again, his real name is Jay Riso. So I mean, again, you can get away with it now. But again, the Adam Club. I mean, they might as well just have a segment with all the Adams just because why not?
Adam Cole, Adam Page, and Adam Copeland.
Copeland, Adams, baby. Yeah, exactly.
The Adams. That's funny.
Triple A. There you go.
Yeah. What was your immediate reaction when you saw Rated R superstars? Edge was driving in that car, and the lights had gone out. Like, what was your instant reaction?
I hate to say it. To me, it was a little corny. I think it was kind of one of those like, all right, I get it. He's going to show up, but it was very much so kind of reminded me like when they have I think WrestleMania 23 when Cena rode in the car. It's like that was a cool visual, but really, if you think about it from a heel perspective, you're sitting there like saying, "Oh, what's this video? Oh, that's a cool video." And it's like, well, you should be beating the crap out of the guy still. Like, to me, it shouldn't have been, on this day, and then it should have been those, reactions. Now, I will say what I loved about the finish of the Christian Cage and Darby Allin match is that really they had the swerve and then they had the surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you don't get that. I thought, okay, well, they probably can get away with, Nick Wayne turned on Darby Allin. That was a big deal in the match. So, I mean, honestly, watching it, they kind of got me and they did a real good job of milking it. But I think once you saw Sting come out and then Luchasaurus came out, I thought, oh, okay, Edge is going to come out. So the tried and true formula works. But I really did like that they kind of had this Nick Wayne swerve in the middle of all this. Again, granted, it'll be kind of lost now that Edge is here, but I did think it was a good kind of red hair. I shouldn't say red herring, a fake out, thinking that okay, they're going to end the pay per view this way because until they started stomping him, I thought they're going to end it and nothing's going to happen.
To be quite honest, I feel like the ending dragged a little bit because it was like, okay, first thing comes out and then Luchasaurus comes out, and it's like, okay, like let's get to the point here. And I kid you not, had Edge not came out, I felt like okay, this would have been a kind of a lackluster ending. But thank God Edge came out because it really saved that ending.
Because, like you said, it did kind of drag out, and it was kind of obvious at a certain point. It's okay, either he's going to come out or we're going to have like them raise their hands. So, I mean, not to critique the ending because it was a perfect ending, but I really kind of thought that once they started stomping him, it shouldn't have been Luchasaurus slowly going up the ring, slowly punching Sting. He does the whole beating chest thing. I don't know. It kind of was like a 2 or 3 minutes too long for my liking. I kind of thought it would have been Sting ran out immediately, then Luchasaurus, then it could have been okay. But I get the concerto setup, but you kind of knew ahead of time that the tried and true formula was going to happen. He was going to turn on them, attack them. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, it wasn't a bad debut by any stretch. It was definitely something the crowd was ready for. And I definitely think they lost their collective minds when he actually did finally come out because they've been waiting the whole time for that entire thing.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I popped. No lie, I popped. I was like, oh my God, it's Edge. You know? So, but yeah. All right. Well, that's all the breaking news we had for you folks. Let us know your instant reaction to Edge debuting in AEW. What are you looking forward to him doing? Like, who's your dream opponent for Edge in AEW? Your dream tag team match for him and Christian? Let us in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you're notified whenever this video drops or whenever 8+ Year reports go live. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.